Satan's War Against Israel, Section 2.8. Israel's war with Hamas and the spirit of Amalek. The spirit of Amalek is most likely a group of assigned demons. They rally groups of people that are willing to hate and destroy Israel. This war has gone on for millennia. Satan is the author of this battle. God alone is the only limiter to this destruction. Hamas's deadly mission. Hamas is the largest terrorist organization in the world. It is freshly funded by a financially buoyant Iran. This attack was planned to precision. They entered by land, air, and sea. Note, this is one of the deadliest attacks in Israel's history. This attack occurred on the Feast of Tabernacles. This is one of the high holidays of Israel. The spirit of Amalek, violence against. In Hebrew, the word Hamas means violence. Examples of the violence in the December 7th attack. 1,400 Israelis have been slaughtered in cold blood. 2,500 were wounded, with 160 captured and taken to Gaza. The capture included young men and women, little children, and even babies. This list also includes the elderly and the frail. The carnage continues. At a music festival for young people, hundreds were killed. Women were yanked about by their hair. They were then tied up and terrified. Little children were shot and abused. 40 babies were found beheaded. This is the same spirit that the Amalekites possessed. This group terrorized Israel during the Exodus from Egypt. They attacked the weaker ones that were trailing behind. This group included children, the frail, and the elderly. Does this sound familiar? Note, this was during the wandering in the wilderness. Israel, by God's request, defeated the Amalekites, Exodus 17. This Amalek spirit is demonically inspired and continues. Jeremiah saw similar attacks happen to Israel in his day. This Amalek spirit rises again and again to destroy Israel. It has continued throughout history until this very day. The Bible promises that Amalek was the first among the nations to attack Israel, yet its end is utter destruction, Numbers 24:20. Examples of the spirit throughout history. Even though they were defeated during the wandering, they came back to terrorize both King Saul and King David. They captured the women and children during David's rule, 1 Samuel 30 verses 3 through 6. They were rescued without any casualties. Later, the Israelites were exiled in Babylon. A descendant of Amalek named Haman contrived another plot to annihilate the Jewish people. Israel prayed and fasted in sackcloth for 3 days. Then God raised Esther to speak to the king on their behalf. Through God, she saved the day. The spirit of Amalek continues throughout the generations. It continues to attempt to wipe out Israel for good. The Holocaust of World War II is another example of the satanic attack. That is what Israel is up against today. Hamas, as a terror group, may have human agents, but the spirit behind it is demonic. Arabs have been included in this attack. The Palestinian supporters from around the world are rejoicing over the Israeli and Arab deaths. Hamas is not discriminatory in their reign of death. This situation is extremely difficult for the Israeli Arabs. Hamas has killed over 40 Arab citizens. They even destroyed a mosque that was near Jerusalem. This means everyone heads to the shelter. This includes both Jews and Arabs alike. Identifying the enemy has become an urgent question. Who is a Hamas terrorist? Who is a furious Palestinian wanting to join the fight? Who is just a dentist a greengrocer, or even a fellow believer. Arabs are not our enemy. The enemy of our souls is Satan. He is prompting this attack and wave of hate. This war is a tragedy for the whole house of Israel. This includes all who long to live there peacefully. Essentially, this evil will not end until the close of the tribulation when Jesus comes back. Next, and then there are Christians, Israel, God's glory. If you want to study in more depth, I have included URLs to a PDF and the desktop phone graphic studies that I put on Facebook. Let God's Word show you His truth.